Savage Dragon #1 from Image Comics. This is July of 1992. Baptism of Fire. Written and drawn by Erik Larsen. So we open up here with the single page splash introducing our character Savage Dragon. Then the double page splash. It's a Kirby trope used by a great effect or used to great effect by Erik Larsen. And Savage Dragon is a cop in Chicago. He fights these superpowered villains. He's a real tough dude. And yeah, that's kind of what you get this first issue. Along with his origin story, I guess. He was found in a field, in a burning field, and he has amnesia. No memory of his life. But he does recall who the president is, what was on TV last week. So he's got some memories, but just not anything regarding his own. We also hear about, this is a news story in the background here. Another character is introduced, Super Patriot. And this is who gets Savage Dragon to join the force. This is Frank Darling and his wife. Frank is a lieutenant at the police department. And this is the conversation where he tries to talk him into joining the police, and Savage Dragon doesn't seem very interested in it. But later, he does get Savage Dragon a job working at this warehouse for his cousin, and some villains visit the warehouse, rough up this Fred, I think is the guy's name. And Savage Dragon takes him out. But at what cost? The warehouse is blown up with them inside, and this guy dies. One note, man, this always kind of bothered me. I don't know if you can see, but like, they don't color his irises or pupils there. It's just all one color. It's kind of, and you can even see a tear in his eye, but they don't color that. But minor nitpick. So after the explosion, you know, Savage Dragon can survive it. He's like bulletproof and fireproof. He's a tough dude. Now we got another hero, Mighty Man, also taken out by these villains. He's not dead, but he's in the hospital. And Savage Dragon comes to visit Frank and says, "I'll take the job." Joins the force. This is pretty great. Just awesome looking action. I like how the panel goes up, down through the roof. And look at all this stuff, man. That's amazing. That's some really great action. In color, the color in this thing is great. This is on newsprint, but the digital color really pops. So there's a hostage, and I think she shows up later. This hostage shows up later. Star, another villain. Erik is just introducing all these characters to us. And including some more bad guys. This ominous dude in the background, who we find out to be Overlord, criminal mastermind of the Vicious Circle. These superpowered villains. And then we get a nice little wrap-up here from Erik Larsen talking about how he has been drawing Savage Dragon for a long time. And since he was a kid, he made these comics for himself, basically. And eventually he would take those to Charlton Comics, I think. But he would end up producing a Savage Dragon story in Graphic Fantasy, issue 1 and 2. These are reprints that I've got. But he says that for our purposes, we should consider this issue 1. And this stuff is irrelevant to the current Dragon story. But in hindsight, you know, he's there. That's Savage Dragon, you know. Now this is the current issue, which has a second feature in it here. This Megaton #3, which is also listed as another appearance in this letters page, where he goes into talking about Savage Dragon and the history of the character and his publication history. So I read this, back in the day when it came out. I was an Eric Larson fan. I liked his Spider-Man, and I bought all the Image stuff. I was like, I guess I was 12 when this came out, so I was maybe the target demographic. And Savage Dragon was one of my favorites. And so I pretty much have almost every issue of Savage Dragon. And so since I started doing this channel, I thought that it would be cool to go through the entire series, because honestly, a lot of this stuff I've never reread. I just bought it as it came out and would have, some back issues that I would have to fill in, and I would read those as I picked them up and just kind of use my memory to go through the story. But I've never gone back through and read the entire series. And so I wanted to do this sort of Savage Sunday series where we can go through the entire series from issue 1, and this is the miniseries, to issue 267 and beyond, hopefully all the way to 300.